Today, we're in the southern part of Italy from the Puglia region having a bit of rosé. Let's get it. Welcome to another episode of Wine Still of the Week, where I go find a bottle that is under $20 that's punching above its weight class. Yo, it's Friday and it's been beautiful out here in Northern California. It's going to get hotter this weekend. I can't wait to enjoy a glass of rosé. It's the reason why I got rosé today, because I was like, hey, with it being hot outside, it's rosé season. So let's get into it. Before I actually get into this wine, I do want to let you know to please go subscribe to my newsletter. I'll get into it a little bit more at the end of this video, but I have a lot of stuff coming your way. And this week it is Fiction Week. I get to do a book review. I get to talk about publishing fiction books. I write a couple articles, so we'll get into that at the end of this. But anyway, let's get into the wine. We have something special here. We're in the southern part of Italy, in the Puglia area, and this is coming out of Salento. We're talking about the Tomoresca Calafuria Salento IGT. That's the designation 2023, and the grape here is Negroamaro. I really used to love this. I haven't had this grape in a while. I love the red version of this. Some of the best ones come from Salice. Actually, Salice Salentino. But rosé version, this is going to be interesting. I'm really curious to have this. I've had a different label of Negroamaro in a rosé version, so I'm really excited to try this out. I saw it and I was like, this is going to be perfect for this video. So on the nose, first thing that's jumping out of the glass, and this is kind of muted nose, so I'm gonna swirl it a little bit. First thing that's jumping out of the glass is kind of like this kind of strawberry, white strawberries, and like a little bit of like a gum, like a weird, not weird, but like a kind of like a cherry gum, like a cherry bubble gum. Yeah, the old school ones. They used to call it bubble gum. That's what it's giving me on the nose. Okay, so after swirling it, I'm also getting a little bit of grapefruit. There's a little bit of white pepper here too. There's kind of a green stemminess going on here too. Like maybe when they're pressing these grapes, they're pressing it full or whole cluster so that it does impart these kind of branch and kind of like green thing going on, like stemminess going on the nose, which is not a bad thing. I think it adds complexity. I'm getting a secondary of like a little bit of a lime spritz here. And there's something else going on here. I'm getting like this kind of like sea. Like if you've ever been next to the ocean and you take a big deep breath, you kind of get a little bit of like a salty sea air going on. Like you get this kind of like, yeah, like a little bit of a salty sea. I'm catching that here too, a little briny. Let's go ahead and taste and see if everything translates to the palate. Wine Still of the Week will be right back. I've just created a show called Drinking with Dads. And I'm a wine dad, like a regular dad, but aged. To pick up your own V-neck, go to the link in my bio or fruitandglassgear.etsy.com. Cheers. Now back to the show. Oh, and it does have the normal thing that you get out of like white wines and rosés. And even red wines in Italy, there's like a distinct thing when you're blind tasting. If you get it, you're like, this is probably Italian. There's like a little bit of like a bitter note on the finish, always. I like it because it just lets me know it's Italian. I'm definitely catching that here. This is definitely Italian. I wonder if I got to call this blind that it was Italian. This is delicious, by the way. It's very complex, delicious. For people who are wanting something refreshing. On a hot day, this is perfect for that. I'm gonna get into the details of this in a second. I'm just letting you know how it initially hits my palate. This is a good wine. Okay, so let's talk about structure. Acid is medium plus here. It's like medium plus. I'm gonna say medium plus. There's some acid here. Finish is quite long. This is a medium bodied, almost bordering the line of light to medium bodied rosé. There's a little effervescence here, but not over the top. Just like little, maybe like tiny bubbles. This has really good mouthfeel. And yeah, let's talk about the fruit. It starts off with this nice like white grapefruit, gets into like this nice watermelon thing too that I wasn't catching on the nose. Definitely like the watermelon thing from the second quarter of the palate all the way to the finish. On the finish, it gets really interesting too. You start getting that salty thing that I was talking about on the nose. Definitely catching that on the finish, which I like. Adds even more complexity to this wine, and it keeps your mouth watering. There's definitely something green in the mid palate that I like. There's also like a little bit of a underripe nectarine there too in the mid palate to the finish. I really like this wine. This is mad complex for a rosé. It's delicious. I think you can go with a host of different types of dishes. I can see this with like ceviche. I also really like this with like some kind of like spicy shrimp dish. I think this goes really good with something spicy and shrimp. I dig it. I highly recommend this wine. If you get a chance to grab a bottle, do it. The still here is I got this from a grocery outlet for $5.99, and so it's definitely a buy for the summer. It's a little old with it being 2023 as the vintage, but still definitely worth a buy for this if you want a complex rosé. And if I'm scoring this wine, I'm going 90 plus on this wine. I'm going 90 plus on this rosé. It's definitely worth the buy. Other than that, guys, newsletter again. It is Fiction Week. If you sign up free, that's great. You get a lot of stuff with that. We have the discount of the week. You'll get to take advantage of that. You'll get the article that's included every week. You'll get that. You'll get access to quite a few things on the free. If you pay $5 a month, you get the tier up, which is supports me a little bit more. You get access to the podcast. You get access to the podcast. Any interviews I'm doing, you'll get full access to this fiction book or this fiction audio experience that I've already done. You'll get that access to that Kaiser Sose, and on top of that, you'll get the review that I'm going to do. I do a book review once a month on Fiction Week, and I review a fiction book, so you'll get access to that full too. So I highly recommend you do that. You can pay for fully out of a year instead of paying month to month, and that would be $50, so you save $10. And so, yeah, go ahead and sign up for that. I think you guys will enjoy it. I got a lot of stuff coming your way. I got some things being published very soon, so you can take advantage of that. With it, like, get access to that early and take advantage of getting copies early too. And yeah, just let me know when you get in there if there's anything you want me to do more of. I'm happy to help you out. The whole reason I started this newsletter was to have everything centralized so you guys can see what's going on, and for you guys to be able to support me directly instead of just like through like Instagram and all that other stuff. So I want to thank you guys for supporting me thus far and rocking with me thus far. And question of the day, have you even heard of the grape Negroamaro? And what's your favorite Italian rosé? Where is it coming from? If you have a label, please put that in the comment section. I would love to check it out and review it if I get a chance. Guys, until next time, cheers.